Hello everybody, welcome to Free English Tutoring. Today I will be teaching you how to tell a story in English, and this is Nina, your coach. Lesson objectives. Use past tenses to describe events. Use sequencing words to organize stories, and tell a short, personable story in English. Also, do not mind the background noise, that is the rain. Our questions. So we will be able to answer these questions in the upcoming lesson. We will be able to answer, can you tell me about a funny experience you had? Can you give me a story on your vacation? Can you tell me about your day? And then you're going to tell me what happened. And then past tense is much encouraged when answering these questions. So, for example, I walked blah, I went here, I did blah, I saw a bird, I had an ice cream. So you can pause this video and take a moment to either speak these answers out loud or write them down on a piece of paper. Okay, now that you did this, we will be going through our lesson and comment how you did. And yeah. Our grammar review. So for our grammar, when answering a story question in English, past tense describes an action that happened before the present time and is no longer happening. If you looked at my past video, my past speaking coaching video, I said words that end in ed are past tense. So that's past simple. That's a little bit more of a descriptive way to say it. So for example, I walked, I talked, I ate, I saw, I played, etc. Then, this is a new one. We haven't talked about this one yet. Past continuous. You've definitely heard this before, most likely. Show actions that were happening at a specific time in the past. So words that end in ing. For example, I was reading when you call. I was running. I was biking. So it is happening, but it happened in the end. So I was reading while I was eating my ice cream. Sequencing words. Sequencing words are used to show order of events or steps in a process or story. Example words: first, then, next, and finally. So here's a phrase using these example words. First, I woke up. Then, I brushed my teeth. Finally, I had breakfast. Notice there's a comma at the end of each of these sequencing words, and that's how you use it. There is transition words, but sequencing words are a part of transition words, and we'll get into that in future videos once we get more advanced in our English. So sequencing words ultimately make the story flow. Story prompts. So here are some story prompts you can answer using these. What did you do this morning before school? Tell me about your last birthday. What happened? Describe your day at the park. What do you do when you get ready for bed? What happened at the last time you went shopping? So here are some story prompts you can answer using this grammar and the sequencing. So for example, we can talk about what happened the last time you went shopping. The last time I went shopping, I was reading on the sofa in the store. Then a man comes up to me and he's like, hello. Next, he offers to sell oranges. Finally, I give him $5 for the oranges. So you can see how I used a lot of these words. Okay, practice. You should talk to someone or ChatGPT. You will make a story and use follow-up questions and statements to prove you are engaged. So in order to get good at English, you have to repeat a lot of the things. So you have to practice talking to people. Either find somebody. If you don't have somebody, talk to ChatGPT. That's an amazing resource. We actually have a student that does that. And yeah. Thank you. Comment down below what is something you learned today, and comment what you think makes a good story. So, for example, I think what makes a good story is the sequencing words. It creates a good flow, an interesting subject, and all that. Join our Discord down below if you're serious about learning English. Thank you guys. I appreciate everything. Bye. Have a great day.